So I'm going to go along this fence line here around this basketball court. I have found so much jewelry and lots and lots and lots and lots of rings around this basketball court, because when the people are playing basketball, their rings fall off their fingers and it rolls down here and they can't find them. And it's a tough spot to metal detect here because you need a small coil. I'm using the Deus 2, which I'm going to be using it in single frequency. That's my secret weapon here. Next to the iron, single frequency. I don't need multi-frequency and all that hassle that comes along with that multi-frequency. Having to tune it and 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 tune it. Just single frequency, just go, right? I call this the Pharaoh program because it's basically like a it's a 3-tone operation. I have negative 6.4 discrimination. Basically 2-tone. It's basically 2-tone. So I'm in 40 kilohertz here. So I'll show you what happens. I'll just go to a multi-frequency program here. Fast program, or no, not fast program, that's way too much. Sensitive full tones program here. Listen to it. I can't swing. I can't get close to that iron right there, right? So it's just way too sensitive in multi-frequency. So I'll go back to the Pharaoh program here, okay? 40 kilohertz, 2-tone or 3-tone. It's basically it's in 4-tone, but it's set up as a 3-tone. I have negative discrimination here, so I'm gonna hear a lot of soil here. Some junk there. Junky target there. My discrimination is pretty much at 44, but it's negative 6.4 here. My tone break's at 44. So. I found a lot of small jewelry here. There's zipper pull right there. I haven't metal detected here in a while, so I very well could find a ring. Very well could find a ring. Some junk there. Coin. I can tell just by the tone of it, it's a coin, right? And there's a big iron grate right here. I'll get my detector away from it. This one's a little bit deeper here. Sounds just like a coin, man. I was right, it was a coin. Right there. A coin. Yeah. Crunchy zinc penny. Probably go in the garbage. There's a big iron grate right here too. Overload. Some mid-tone there. Junk, some foil. Screamer. This one's a little bit deeper here too. Right there. Come on, let it be some jewelry here. What's that? Oh my God, is it a relic? It looks relic-y. Totally looks relic-y. Oh boy, how many times I've metal detected this area. My God. It is a relic. It's part of a toy car. Right there. Oh yeah. Part of a toy car. An old one too. That's when they were still made of metal. Toy cars these days are made of plastic now. So, right there. Odd shaped target there. I'm gonna pop this out here. Crumbly soil here. In the gravel. Oh, it sounds junky now. It does not sound good. This, of course, is a fence nail right there, ironed. See that? It's a nail, ironed. See that? That's probably why I haven't dug this out, because that nail was in with it. I've metal detected this area so many times. I've shown you in many videos. Lots of jewelry videos next to here, because I have thousands and thousands of videos on my channel. So some junk there, some foil. Right there. Screamer. Something small. This is a small target. This could be jewelry here. No, it is pencil. So I'll just break that off there. Let that pencil decompose in the ground there. Just like that. See that? No jewelry there today. It's all good though. So that's my secret weapon with this detector. It's not just this program, the Pharaoh program. You know, it's negative 6.4 discrimination. This program I use in the iron most of all, because it's single frequency, and all I have to do is move my tone break around. I can't move my discrimination. My discrimination is minus 6.4, and that always stays the same. But I move that second tone break around to wherever I want. It's kind of like a discrimination, but I can run it hotter this way with negative discrimination. I just have to go on the menus and use that as a discrimination. So I have thousands of hours on this detector right here. Thousands of hours on this Deus 2. All right. See how wore out it is? See that? I've been using this detector for over 3 years. And my secret weapon is the mono program. You know, I've just tested it and tested it and tested it and tested it on tens of thousands of targets between multi-frequency and single frequency programs. And the multi-frequency is hypersensitive. And I'll talk about that a little bit here. I want to run my detector a little bit hot, but not so hot that I'm falsing on iron. And the thing with the single frequency, the mono program, is I can go all around this park. I can go around this basketball court. I can go up to the top lot. I can go around the benches. I can go around the school there, which has a lot of iron. In mono program, not have to tune my detector. No EMI. Around the corner there is super bad EMI. With my older analog machines, I wasn't even able to detect it. And sometimes I'm not even able to detect it with my newer machines, but in mono program. And that's my secret weapon. And I have over 1,000 videos with this detector. Hundreds of rings I've found live dig on my channel with this detector right here. And my advice, or my number one tip for this detector, is single frequency, mono program. It's just the way to go, man. No hassle having to tune the detector. And I'm running it hot right here. I'm running negative 6.4 discrimination, 0 silencer, 2 audio response. I can lift up my audio response a little bit. A lot of people say, what are your settings? You know, on a lot of my videos, what are your settings? I can't remember my settings. I'm always adjusting them. But with a mono program, I do a lot less tuning. And a lot of people say, oh, what's your silencer at? Well, that's a very vague question. The silencer is just one portion of the whole tune. So there's many more questions to ask than just what's your silencer at? You know, what's your tones at? What's your discrimination at? What is your sensitivity at? What's your audio response at? So all those things tie into your silencer. And believe it or not, you know, if you're a multi-frequency or single frequency, the difference between those two, with the multi-frequency, those settings are very sensitive. Once you adjust one thing, like your silencer or your audio response, it really messes you up. I mean, it really changes the detector a lot. With the mono program, those settings, like the auto response, the discrimination, the sensitivity, the silencer, are not nearly as hypersensitive as the multi-frequency. So that's how I can get away with just going around all around the park and not having to tune my detector every 3 minutes, every step I take, compared to multi-frequency, right? That's my secret weapon. That's my tip for you guys. And I see a lot of people who've been using the Deus 2 for quite a while now, and they got it in their mindset that, oh, I paid a lot of money for the Deus 2 and it's a multi-frequency machine, I'm going to use the multi-frequency. Well, I have a lot of hours on this detector, and I can tell you, I much prefer single frequency because it's not a hassle. I am in this hobby to have fun, not to push buttons and push buttons and push buttons and push buttons, you know. And I have experience with this machine, so I've compared a lot of different targets and a lot of different programs, and the single frequency program will hit the same targets as the multi-frequency programs will. And I've seen a lot of testing, you know, these testers test above ground in the air. We are not metal detecting in the air when we're metal detecting. That's why I have this. We're digging. That's why I have this. We are digging through the earth. And the minerals in the earth have huge consequences on metal detectors, right? The ground conditions are the main thing that can affect the performance of your detector. The ground conditions, the moisture in the soil, the minerals in the soil, how much litter. There's quite a bit of litter around here. You heard the foil and the iron. In multi-frequency, I cannot get close to that iron right there because it just overloads the detector and it overloads the tones. I can't tell what's what when I get close to iron with multi-frequency. With single frequency, I can get way closer and I can swing into that iron in mono program a lot closer. So, I'm not having to tune and tune and tune and just constantly spin my wheels and tune and tune and tune and tune and tune in multi-frequency. Through my hours of detecting with this, and I've used a lot of the beta software. That's why this detector looks so thrashed on, because I have a lot of hours on it, and those are hard hours. I'm talking digging in the dirt, not testing the machine above ground in air. I'm out there in the field getting dirty. We're digging in the earth, right? And the minerals in the ground, like I said, have huge consequences on metal detectors. Matters what frequency, what silencer, what auto response, what discrimination. The sensitivity, I always have my sensitivity up high because I want to hear the stuff, right? Just because you turn your sensitivity down on any detector doesn't mean that you're running less power. Or if you crank your sensitivity all the way up, doesn't mean that you're running more power. You are running the same power no matter what sensitivity you have. It's just a filter. When you drop your sensitivity down, you are filtering out those falsing tones and those deeper targets. And I want to go a little bit deeper, you know. Most of the time I'm really not trying to go deep. I'm trying to find jewelry near the surface, and that's where most of this jewelry has been, in this area. You know, I have many videos of finding jewelry with different detectors around this basketball court here. It's a hot spot for jewelry. And the single frequency does way better in most instances, so I'm not having to tune this detector just constantly. It's always something with the detector. You know, either I'm swinging too fast, I have to dial it back a little bit, or I'm getting EMI, so I have to dial it back a little bit. And that's just not the sensitivity. The sensitivity is a major setting, so I don't really mess with my sensitivity pretty much ever. I'm always at 95 or higher sensitivity. I don't go low with my sensitivity. You have all those extra settings to adjust your detector, really to quiet the detector down, to filter out those ground noise and those ground pulsing and whatnot, or EMI or whatnot. And I'm detecting around other detectorists too, so I really got to keep that in mind. If I run in multi-frequency and they're running multi-frequency, our detectors just are not compatible, right? If I'm around power lines, the multi-frequency just will not cut it. I've shown you guys that many times. Many times. The multi-frequency is a little bit hypersensitive, so it's just a constant tune. So, well, thank you for watching.